So I'd like to start out by letting you know how I found out. As most of you know, this is supposed to be a huge surprise to receive the Warren Pike Award, and as it probably would have been, it would have been a challenge for the PTDA and the board to get me to Atlanta, without me suspecting greatly that I was there to get the award. And because of COVID, it was done with a phone call. And when I got the call from Jim Halverson a few months ago, I never expected that was the reason for the call. And even when he said that he called because it was one of the more pleasurable duties of the past president, was the reason he was calling, it still didn't dawn on me. When he did tell me, I really was surprised and overwhelmed, and do thank everybody for the award. And then it followed up with a probably well coordinated group of calls and emails from the board members congratulating me. It truly was one of the nicer experiences I had during the COVID downtime. Timing couldn't have been any better. So I do want to thank the board for making the decision and making this possible, and also thank a lot of the people who helped me over the years. This starts with Mary Sue Lyons, who was running the PTDA and kind of reached out and touched me and got me involved and put me on the Manufacturers Council. She truly had a knack for getting people involved, keeping them involved, and keeping them motivated. And that continued right through to Ann, who has kept the challenge over the years, and kind of a special relationship with Ann since I was on the committee who hired her into a marketing position and the committee who promoted her to lead the PTDA. Lastly, a special thanks to Brenda. I think she's been there since I got involved with the PTDA. She knows everything and can get anything done you need and help me considerably over the years. Next, I'd like to thank the many companies I worked for who supported my efforts with the PTDA. It really got started under Jack Cahill at Command, who actually encouraged me to get involved. And then on to the people at NSK and Rexnord, who permitted the continuation. And it ended with Jack Templin at AD, who really embraced the PTDA and made the last years quite enjoyable. Lastly, the many members I worked with and mostly learned from over the years, starting with Doug Savage, John Masick, Andy Nations, Ken Mico, Jeff Filker, Mitch Bouchard, Mike Nisenbaum, and then Rick White, Bill Demmel, and Bob Rulin from the Manufacturers Council, and lastly, Barbara Ross and Bob Callahan from the foundation, who had done so much there. We had a great time together, and I think we got a lot of good things done. Now I'd like to give my standard pitch to everybody else in the PTDA on why involvement is really so important. It's probably the best decision I've made over my 47 years in the PT business. It's all been about relationships, and you can really firm those up while interacting in all the PTDA events. There's nothing better than socializing with people, being on committees with people. They see a whole other side of you, and that enables you to translate that into your business relationship. As most of you know, I changed companies a few times, 7 to be exact, and the consistent presence I had throughout was from the PTDA. I could take those relationships and instantly translate them to the new company to position us to really enable growth with distributors in all areas. While some were great, others less so, it was always fun. And I probably wouldn't change much of anything there if I was to go back and start over. Lastly, I want to let everybody know how well retirement is going. Highlight for me is not having to be up and go anywhere at any certain time. However, I'm still waking up at 6 o'clock and probably get my bike ride in right around sunup, so I avoid the heat down here in Florida. Probably the only downside has been the COVID shutdown. We missed a great trip that Lori had planned to Europe, and at this point, can't see when we'll really resume traveling. Haven't seen our grandkids since last Christmas, and probably not too optimistic about this Christmas getting up there. I hope all of you are doing well and that your business are holding up under the strain and impact of the epidemic. So in closing, I'd like to thank you all for this fine honor, which really does mean a lot to me. And I do look forward to seeing everyone in San Francisco in 2021 to celebrate it in person. Thank you all.